Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. We've got some Seahawks news this morning, so unplanned video time. I was planning on making a video today. There will probably be another Seahawks video later today where I discuss a few things about the upcoming season, but I kind of felt compelled to make a video about this topic in particular because I've been talking about this quite a bit for the last several months. This morning, the Seahawks officially brought in Josh Gordon and signed him to a one-year deal worth up to $1 million and some change, depending on him playing and producing. Short of that, it's probably going to be about a vet minimum deal for the 1 year. So I think this is good news. This is something that I have wanted for quite some time. This is something that I was really thinking was going to help bring this offense together in 2020. Sorry if you guys can hear the work being done in my backyard, but I got some work going on back there. Sorry if you can hear that. We're going to work through it. So, we are going to move Josh Gordon from the free agency column in my 53-man, and we're going to tentatively place him here, even though he's not injured. This should be red, just like the columns around it. Thank you. Okay. We don't know when we're going to have Josh Gordon yet. Just because we signed him doesn't mean we know when we're going to have him. The league has not reinstated him yet. We know he's applied for reinstatement, and for us to sign him, we must feel like there's a pretty good chance he's about to be reinstated. Now, if he is reinstated, I think there's a very good chance he misses at least the first 2 games because of his suspension from last year. So even if we do bring in Josh Gordon, or, well, we have brought in Josh Gordon, doesn't mean we're going to have him against the Falcons week 1. I would say the optimistic hope is that he'll be suiting up for the Seahawks in week 3. As for where that leaves the rest of the roster, I feel like David Moore and John Ursua are going to be kind of competing against each other to start the season. John Ursua obviously has far less experience, far less positive plays made in the NFL in his time since he's joined the Seahawks. He has 1 career catch. David Moore has some production over the last 2 years that is pretty credible and pretty solid. He's made a lot of plays. But if you look at the skill sets of these players, David Moore may be made redundant by the arrival of Josh Gordon. So I could see either of these 2 guys getting cut to make room for Josh Gordon whenever Josh Gordon is allowed to play again. So David Moore, you've got 2, maybe 4 weeks. It depends on what the NFL decides to prove that you belong on this team. You got to make some plays the first couple weeks, my man, or else I think Josh Gordon will be taking David Moore's place. If David Moore can prove he's a valuable piece to this team in the first couple of weeks, then I think Ursua will probably go, because even though Ursua's skill set is that of a slot receiver, which is not what Josh Gordon is, he just hasn't done enough to justify taking a roster spot over a hypothetical David Moore who's actually producing decently. So moving him into the red column, he is due to come onto this team at some point. We just don't know exactly when. So that is how I would update the 53-man right now. Don't expect anything to change until maybe week 3, maybe week 5, maybe even later than that. You don't know what Goodell's going to do. Goodell works in strange and mysterious ways. So I do have one other update I want to make while I'm here. It came to my attention that DJ Reed is going to be on IR this season, so we are going to bump DJ Reed over here. Going to give him the red, and we are going to remove him off the active roster. Apparently, DJ Reed will not be healthy until November, and we're probably not even going to bring him back when he is healthy. We are probably just going to move him to IR and see what he can do next year. So that opens up a roster spot for one of these 5 guys. I think Nico Thorpe is probably going to come in here, and we're going to go ahead and add him to this column right here and make him the 5th string cornerback and special team player. So that is that, guys. Some positive movement today. I think this is good for this team. I think Josh Gordon eventually suiting up for this team is valuable. I even think adding Nico Thorpe as a special teams player has a little bit of value. So that's all for me today. I am keeping an eye on this team in the coming week. I believe that there is a very decent chance that we do bring in Clowney in the upcoming few days. I think the odds of it went up today. I would not be shocked if guys like KJ Wright or David Moore or Jacob Hollister ended up on the chopping block, which is something that I have advocated for a while. And that'll be that. So to recap, Josh Gordon is back with the Seahawks. We're just waiting to see when Roger Goodell is going to let him play football again. All right, another video coming later today. Peace out, go Hawks. See you guys later.